Good evening, good morning, good day, and welcome to part 7 of an OpenTTD playing series with a very strange name. I am Zest Husky Plays, not by real name, but by online name, and I am obviously going to play something today. But you don't need me to tell you that, that's what the title and description is for. Now, in this episode, this part, whatever you want to call it, we are going to actually create this train line, of which we have spoken about for a few parts now, but haven't done, for the fact that we've been creating bus routes and branch lines for previous sections of the rail network. Now, one thing that has just occurred to me actually is that we should probably first just do one more thing. I hate to keep you up in suspense for something that isn't very exciting, but what we should probably do is actually create the express service we did talk about, which would be to create a train from Warmpool down to Reddingstone, which will provide us hopefully with quite a lot of money, because as much as obviously I like playing, then you know we got to have money and all that. Now what we should probably do is create this express service with a turbo star. Now what is a turbo star? It is a faster train than the express sprinter. It is a 100 miles per hour train, and it holds a few more passengers. It's modelled off, I think it's a class 170 in real life. Probably wrong, but yes, it's modelled off a real life train that runs in Great Britain, and it's not a bad train either. What we are going to do first is add another platform to Reddingstone, because as you can see here we have quite a lot of services which are using this station, and it's going to be quite important for us to accommodate all these. So what we'll do is we'll make this nice and simple. We will go to the island platforms. And actually, let's give the station a little bit of an improvement. Station 2 spread out. Oh dear! This is detrimental to our progress. Okay, what we need to do is go to settings and station. Maximum station spread tile. Let's put this up to 20. And let's try once more. And here we are. This time it works. It lives. It breathes. Let's give them a waiting area. And on the other side, we will bump this station up and give them a board in which they can see the next train that's coming, so they know how long they're waiting in the cold. And we will add a little ticket office here to harbour the chavs that don't want to pay for their tickets, and we will have one more buffer stop on the opposite side just to stop it running amok into the town. Again, not that it really matters as having a buffer stop there, but it's nice and pretty to do so. To connect this up, we'll have to take away that signal and place it a little bit further back, which means we could also put this signal further back. And yes, job's a good one. No, it's not. We forgot one more signal. Now let's just assess the route now, make sure everything's running okay. This could probably do with, let's widen that curve, just to stop the train slowing down. We will have the new train stop at this station. A lot of the passengers are wanting to go to Bootown though, so maybe we should have it stop in Bootown as well. Warmpool, yes, see, Warmpool is a very popular destination, and so is Nunnington. So yes, this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to have a train which will service all the busier routes upon busier stations, upon this route. So this train has a capacity of 35 passengers for each car. Times by 4, that's 140. So 140. Maybe we should have one more carriage, because there are quite a lot of passengers to service. It is going to mean that the acceleration isn't quite as good as we'd expect, but capacity is a little more important. Let's go non-stop, please, to that station. Non-stop to these. Even though it's going to be non-stop anyway for that one, we will have non-stop. Stop in Bootown, please. We would like that. Bootown, of which is becoming quite a popular station in itself. Maybe before we start, I'll add an extra platform here. Nunnington, please. Then your next stop will be right the way up here in Warrenpool. And then we will have 2 or 3 of these trains. I'll actually say 3. Because 3 is one more than 2. Now, wow, our money's shot up. What's been creating us the money? Hang on. The train, that mail train Mr. Goskinski, you're a very clever man. Let's use all of our money to expand this bay. Bye bye money. And let's demolish these houses. Pack up your bags and leave, please. We have railways to build. Let's clear this area out. Here we go. Rebuild this bridge. In fact, no, we don't need to, because there's bridges either side, isn't there? Yeah, nobody's using that bridge. Let's remodel this station. We'll make the platforms a little bit longer, because we're going to have to, because, yeah, that's a 5-tile train. So, yeah, what we'll do is make the platforms a little bit longer, and we'll create the middle platform as a bi-directional platform which can be used by either side. So let's first just put down where this platform is going to be, which is there, and then we can add in the island platforms, which would be here, and then we can add the benches there and some lighting. Nope, we can't, because that signal's there. Remove these signals for now, because we're going to obviously change them alongside the due course of the train station. Let's add a set of stairs here, and let's just add a non-track tile platform. Can we do something like that? There we are. So we can add like a ticket office, and it expands the range of the station, makes it a little bit more realistic. So in order to make that bi-directional, we're going to have the trains come to this platform first, which means we're going to have to quickly rebuild this bridge before that bus gets there. There we go. So this will be then the meta for the train. So we'll go down here, and then there'll be the option to cross over onto that platform. Okay, so this is how it's going to go. Like so. Right. Then that can be bi-directional. And then here there needs to be a junction. Same signal. That needs to be that type of signal. As does that. A signal there out of the station. A signal here leading away. Move that one back. Right, that should be fine. And as demonstrated, it also provides a opportunity for faster trains to pass the slower ones. Everybody's a winner. Everybody's happy. Cool. I'm happy with that. Right, so we've made Bootown Station a little bit wider. And we have Parnford, which is a smaller used station, as is Labrador, that doesn't matter. Nunnington. Now, I would like to put a question forward, an open question. Now, situations like this is what I would love to be able to do, but I don't think it's possible. So I'm going to demolish these trees so you can see. I'd love to be able to make a single direction base station like this. So trains coming from this direction, the branch line train, can use that platform, but it isn't accessible by trains this side. That's what I'd want to do. But I know that every time I do it, at some point, this express train we're going to make is going to cram itself into that station, and it won't be able to continue going this direction. My question is there any way around this? I did test on a map to see whether it was just me being paranoid, and whether the trains would actually know, oh, well, that platform's too small, I'll wait at this signal for a large enough platform. But it doesn't seem to work all the time. Am I missing something? Were my tests inaccurate? Is the world going to end sooner than I think? I would love answers to any of these questions, really. And I've realised there are people a lot smarter than I at this game who watch these videos, so I will trust your knowledge. But that is an open question to you all. I don't believe, however, in this context, that this station needs, at the moment, a third platform, considering how sparse the services are at the moment. Though what we could do is yeah, in fact, that's what we are going to do. Before we release this train, we're going to look at the Bootown stopping service. recall all those trains back to the depot, of which they are all going. Thank you very much. We're just going to assign this route. We're going to restructure it. And we're going to still have it as 3 carriages. But what I believe it needs is, it needs to be sparser. 5 local trains in that service is far too much from what it needs. So that's what we'll do. Well, I don't have to redo the route, do I? I can just click on that. Hey, look at that one's gone. That's pretty cool. Right, if I should be able to click on that. Nope, I'm just going to redo the route anyway. I think we need 3 trains tops on that route. That train is obviously going to the depot up in Wanpool. See, I'm getting the name of these towns down, as bizarre and strange as they are. Right. Train 14. You can autofill, just to make sure that we have the right timetable asserted. And you can be called for Bhutan stopping. 1 will already exist, won't it? Yes. Must be unique. That's fair enough, I can agree with that. So both these trains are in this depot. These ones can both be demolished. These, I guess, are all going to Wanpool. Yeah, I am correct in that statement. So let's wait for these to make their merry way up the coast. That one's nearly there. So let's get this one. You have served as well. You have been a great ally in our efforts to venture and capitalize this small country. Goodbye to you. If I had the option, I would give you to a heritage railway line, but that isn't possible, unfortunately. Right. Now, train 14. You can go into the Bhutan stopping service. You can also have a name, which goes accordingly to this. Bhutan stopping service 1. And yes, we'll also put the express train into a category. Let's call it the Reddingstone Express. Let's call it the Reddingstone Express service, and we'll also rename the train. That will make a lot of sense. This is about to do its last call. When it does, let's send it back to the depot. You can wait in Reddingstone for 4 days. And then Flonhill. Is that set to 1 day on the other express trains? 3 days. In fact, that's another thing I'm going to do. We're going to make this a 3-platform station. That can stop for 2 days. Then 1 day in Condingville. And all of the stations. Bhutan, 3 days is fair enough. Nunnington for 3 days, that's fair enough. You can do that if you would like. 3 days there. Trentbourne, Condingville, Flonhill. 3 days. 2 days. Let's put the other one to 3 days, because it's going to have 3 platforms anyway. Reddingstone for 4 days. That should be a tight service, but it should be doable. Now, before we start either of these new services, let's assess Flonhill as a station and increase its capacity. So we'll have to move this road back in the name of progress. Let's do this. Be careful to reconstruct the bridge quite quickly, because I know it's used by buses. We could probably make the platform 4 long. So what will happen eventually is that this will be the entry to the station. And yes, we'll have the same kind of loadout. Basically, the reason I'm making sure that the trains approach the outside platforms first is because if not, then they're just going to use the middle platform regardless, and it defeats the purpose of it being an overflow platform instead of a platform that's it's going to be used straight away. So, and after that, that train's going to go up there. There should be an option here, like that. Yeah, because they're not going to use that straight away. They'll want to go around this way instead. That makes sense. Because that's slower, then that one will go up here. And then that should be fine, shouldn't it? Yes, as the layout of the station, that seems very reasonable. Okay, let's signal the station up. So here and here, we're obviously going to expand the station by a single tile. It's quite far out, isn't it? Well, actually, it's not too far out because it's going to come up to here. Well, we could maybe make Flawn Hill an extra tile along on this side. Would that serve any purpose? Would it? I don't believe it would actually. I don't like this junction here, so I think it's going to needs to be closer. So that's where the last tile's going to be. Let's do this. Yeah, so if we do that, that would be better. Okay, that's what we're going to do. And then let's add in the new platforms. Single-sided platforms there, please. Now let's put the island platforms in. So we'll create a waiting area here. A lovely decorative set of flowers. And a sign. It's not going to be this will be obviously it's slightly less used than Reddingstone, but I can see this becoming quite a big popular station as we progress through the map actually. Because it was something we built to quite early within our series, wasn't it? Let's get a ticket box as well. Yeah, quite strange little things. Here we go. There is Flawn Hill, and I have not done the signal properly, so what we do is put one of those there. And then we'll have a signal there. And one of these will go here. That's right. Did I do that at Bootown? Yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yes, that's the signal I was thinking of. Cool. So what we can now do is go to the stopping service, bring up its timetable, control click on start date, make it start on the 21st of November. And control click, and control click. You can go now. Where's it going? No! I've done it wrong! Oh no! Help! Save me, I'm scared. Right. Flawn Hill. Oh no, you're gonna have to go back to the depot now. Right. Not Warmpool Depot! No, everything's going wrong. Okay. Stop. Can you reverse? And go back up to... Yes, there we go. Using the junction effectively there. Let's get it back to the depot. And let's try that again. Let's actually put the first command into the route. Now reset the late counter once more. Control click start date. Now it's going to be the 26th of December. You can start on Boxing Day. Let's make sure that the timetable is going to accordingly start 2 days early. Yes, that's fine because it's Christmas Day now. Our drivers will always work through Christmas Day. There is no need for holidays. And these are going to be, yes, 11th of the 2nd. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? February the 11th. Let's create this as one of the experimental depots as well. So let's remove access for, yeah, the other two platforms. That way. Can it go to that platform? I don't think it can it? Yes, there we are. So trains can actually get to that depot from this main line, but going out they can only use this platform. That makes me happy. So that's going to start in about a week's time in game, so that's about 5 seconds from now. Then that will make me ease when I can see. Yes, there we are. You'll also notice you haven't had to look at my desktop this episode. That's because I found out the cause of the problem. It was an overlay caused by my recording software. Isn't that just great? Let's autofill for the express, please. And you can start. Well, you can't start because we've just had the policy, haven't we, where this is the only platform that you can actually use. Which is a good policy, but we will wait for it to be vacated. Get out of the way! Come on! Move. But this is going to help congestion a lot on this line, especially now that we're going to be using the line quite a bit more. It's going to be quite an important connection to the rest of the country. There we go, there's its platform gone. So you can start auto-filling the route. Great. I'm very happy with that. So we will keep the express on there as it goes its merry way and creates its route. Now up here. Man, it's nearly 20 minutes gone. It's a lot of the video actually gone through. Someone else actually mentioned, just as a heads up, that there are planning tracks available where you can go down here. And I did used to have those planning tracks, but I couldn't find the GRF, and obviously this game's started now, so I can't use them. But yeah, in the next video, the series that we make, I will make sure to have planning tracks in. What I'm actually assessing now is, right, when we build this route, what main stations, what towns do we want this to pass through? Now, Tendinghattan looks to be a good shout. So it looks like it would be beneficial to have the route come service there. Any local services that we have on the route, we are going to have off the main line. That is going to be important on this one because it's going to be a mainly express line that we'll be building. So that is something that we're going to do. So for instance here in Flenninghead, we are going to have a service. How are we going to do the stations? Let's have a look. So this is definitely going to be a station here in Tendinghattan. Then we have a few fairly big, quite big towns, and then there's that. There's no point having that just by itself, is there? We might as well just make a local service up to Drinningley. Let's have a look. To be honest, it might be best just to skip this town altogether and just have it serviced by a bus route. So we'll have the railway come round here, as like this. We will have a station in Flondwood. Let's make a way around the town. Create a railway link here, and the station can go either side of the route. Should we have them as two platform? Yes, that's what we are going to do. They're going to be 2 platform tiles long. So there we go. Then the other one will be there. Or, actually, this might be a cool design. Let's have them there. We'll actually make them 3 long, just to line up a little bit easier. Right. So let's build a bridge over. No, that's far too illustrious for the size of the village. And what we'll do is, for this station, I shall take inspiration from a station in Sunderland, known as, well, an ex-station should I say, known as Brockley Winds. Which is quite a bizarre name for a station. Gotta turn my head once I first saw it on the route I used to take. But yes, what we'll do is we'll have the station here, but at the other end of the station we could have a bridge which goes over. Oh no, can we? Well, yeah, we could actually. We could do it that way instead. Yes, we'll do that. So we can have the station's amenities here. The benches and such. And then what we'll do is we'll use these waypoints, like one of these waypoints. If you can align them correctly. is a footbridge extension. So then we can have a set of benches on the other side here, and a set of benches there. So it'll be 3 long, but what we need to do is extend this line. There we go. So that can be our station. And then we'll signal this up, just so we know where we stand. Put that there, and this... in fact, we just need that. We don't need a set of block signals. We'll have one of those there, though. And then we'll have a set of signals here. The end of the platforms. We'll space these signals out 1, 2, 3, 4, every 5 blocks. Oh dear. Right. I'm going to try that once more. Hang on. People have been mentioning this in the comments. So if I start there and drag 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, I can see the benefits of that. That one needs to be a path signal though. Yeah, there we go. Hooray! So that's the first station built upon our express route, which is going to Drinley. Let's do one more thing in this video. This express train is about to finish its route. The express train is also going to very heavily benefit towns like Bootown. At the moment, I've only had one service really running from them. See that one passenger? The one passenger who's got this entire expensive express train to himself. He must be so happy. It's about service, that's what it is. To fast forward this down. Why did it stop there? Okay, we need a signal there, I'd say. And then this should be quite self-explanatory. Brilliant. So the one tiny issue we have here is that because this depot can't service any of those platforms, we can't actually get the train back unless we do this. So let it go past the depot, turn it around, and then click on send to depot. Which is a small token, I guess. I can live with that. Let's fill its timetabled orders out. So Reddingstone, 4 days. You can stay everywhere for 4 days because you're quite an important route. Warnpool for 6 days. 225 days to complete. We've already put it into a category, that's fine. So let's go in here. Let's create 2 clones of this train. Let's get rid of those boxes that are pinned on my screen. Go on to the first one. Make sure we put it back to the start, which is something we didn't do before. Reset its late counter. Hold down control. Let's start it in December. No. Start December. The 5th. December the 5th. Reset its late counter once more, for good measure. Right. Now, if we start that, let's have a check. So 5th of the 12th. Yes, that's good. And they're now waiting. Hooray! It's looking good. Just going to make sure this completes its route. But it probably will. So, this is what we've accomplished this episode. We've extended the capacity of our branch line down to Reddingstone from Warnpool. So now we have a few branch line services in the area. We have an express service which runs against the peninsula. It runs up to Warnpool. We've done only a little bit of extension upon the express route that's actually going to come from Warnpool, our long-term plan for the area. We've invested quite a lot in the stations along this route. to increase the capacity. We've redone the stopping services along this route as well to again allow for better capacity. We've implemented all this with a new timetabling system, which has worked a treat, and I think that's a very good conclusion to this part. So in the next part we will do further work, and hopefully we can actually get the line to Drinley this time, and hopefully we're free from distractions of things we haven't done in previous parts, but that is what we are going to do. I've obviously been Zest Husky Plays, and thank you very much for watching.